At Healthcare Partners Medical Group, our mission is to provide the highest quality of healthcare to each and every patient. With 5 locations in Pahrump, we are local doctors you know and trust. We want to thank you for choosing us. Quality care starts here.
Pahrump Nugget, Progressive Cash Drawings, Mystery Point Multipliers, Mystery Gift Days, Extra Cash for 4 of a kinds, Bingo, Bowling, Football, and Food Specials. Looking for constant action? Look no further. Pahrump Nugget Hotel and Casino.
News 46 is brought to you by Healthcare Partners. News is brought to you in part by One Nevada Credit Union, where right now you can refinance your auto loan with rates as low as 2.98% and no payments for 90 days for qualified members. Call us today for details. News 46 is also brought to you by the Bankruptcy Center of Pahrump. When it comes to sensitive matters like bankruptcy, take a breath of fresh air by calling an experienced and compassionate attorney at the Bankruptcy Center of Pahrump. 775-727-4747. News is also brought to you by Pahrump Dermatology and Skin Cancer. When you need the best dermatology care in Pahrump, call Pahrump Dermatology and Skin Cancer. 775-727-9800. News is also brought to you by Capriotti Sandwich Shop, located in the Pahrump Nugget Casino. Call us at 775-751-3354 to order ahead. News is also brought to you by Hope Counseling Services, where we specialize in behavioral health, inspiring hope for a brighter tomorrow. Call 775-727-0101 for more information.
Tonight on News 46, deputies file charges against the Nye County Republican Central Committee.
Community Dish tells you how to switch to digital.
Downtown Michael Brown autographs copies of his book. News 46 starts now.
You're watching KPVM News 46 with Doug Brindle and Rhonda Van Winkle. Local coverage from Deanna O'Donnell. News 46. Local coverage you can count on.
Good evening. It's Tuesday, June 26, 2012. I'm Doug Brendel.
And I'm Deanna O'Donnell for News 46. 3 deputies who were on duty at the June 12th Town Board meeting are now apparently filing charges against the Nye County Republican Central Committee.
We spoke with them. They are filing charges. They're getting the process now. They're going to send the statements that people filled out that night, along with some additional statements we got, some reneging their previous statements. We're saying that going to be sent out to the DA's office for review. The deputies are going to file their charges against the individuals that placed them under arrest, then place them under arrest again. Apparently they were arrested twice, so they're filing their charges with that. We take those things very seriously. You don't tell someone they're restricted of their rights of freedom of movement and place them under illegal arrest without some type of making sure you're correct in that respect, but also because the fact of the matter is it's a restriction of freedoms. You're taking away someone's right, that's rights to be free. So we know what the consequences of placing someone on arrest are, and deputies didn't take that kind to it. They didn't look at it as a joke. This person or people involved placed them under arrest. Then they were told they were under arrested by somebody else, which they didn't have the ability to do that. That's only the ability of the person that actually put them under arrest outside of law enforcement. And they were placed under arrest again. So they're filing charges, yes.
The Nye County Republican Central Committee chairperson, Bill Carnes, says that he had nothing to do with placing the deputies under arrest. Is he going to be included in this?
It would be the person that placed the deputies under arrest. The only problem is that these people were acting under the authority of the NCRCC. And individually, it's kind of tough sometimes as an individual to be placed in violation of a constitutional violation, or civil rights violation. But organizations can be. Look at the U.S. Department of Justice is filing charges, filing civil liberties charges against an organization, religious organization, because that group is denying people the right to be of their freedoms of religion. So maybe an individual would be very difficult to charge them with some kind of civil rights violation. And that's not the area we're going to go. But when when people act on behalf of an organization, those people then can be, if it was going another way, if they actually place somebody under arrest, they could be charged with civil rights violations.
You had 3 officers, was it more, that were there, and one of them happens to be, you can see on the videotape, Harry Williams, who is a SWAT team member, very calm. They're going to be receiving certificates tonight from the Pahrump Town Board. Did you guys talk a little bit about how they would be reacting there? Was this in their training? When the things got very heated, they seemed to try to calm it down.
Well, that's what their training is about. Their training is to make the situation better if they can. And that depends upon the individuals participating in that, both sides. The deputies I informed Captain Beck to have the street crime unit there. Basically because the fact of the matter is they're plain clothes. We don't want anybody's presence for uniforms, being that their rights are going to be infringed upon and all the things that go on with that. But they're very knowledgeable officers.
A Sandy Valley resident who police said may have ingested some medicine prior to being reported missing has been found safe. 58-year-old Gwen Doty returned home riding on the back of an ATV after she was found by her son last night. Metro's search and rescue crews spent the day looking for Doty, who apparently left for a walk around 10 p.m. Sunday night to take an extended hike. Doty told police she planned on staying the night and that she wanted to be alone with her thoughts, clear her head, and do some praying. Police said Doty did not alert her family members about her trip and were concerned for her safety, given the triple-digit heat and rough terrain in the area. Doty's son said he found some tracks that he thought were his mother's, so he followed those tracks real slow and kept persevering. He said he came up over a ridge and saw her standing there. Metro urges hikers to inform family members prior to embarking on a trip in order to avoid a full-scale search. And we'll be right back after these messages.
This portion of the news is brought to you by Children's Dentistry of Pahrump, specializing in sedation dentistry, now accepting adult patients. Call now for free IV sedation with dental implant, 751-2184.
And welcome back. The owner of Community Dish, Bill Barney, explains how to receive digital channels on your television.
Community Dish, one of the services we offer is we're helping citizens of Pahrump convert from the old analog system to digital. And we do this, we come out by offering great value antennas that are really reasonable, small, unobtrusive. We run the new ground wires, we ground out the system, and we connect that to your digital TV or your digital tuner box. And we also have digital high definition off-air DVRs. So a lot of people a lot across the country, thousands across the country, are getting rid of their satellite systems and just going off-air antenna. Because the picture quality with the digital system is DVD and high definition. Very nice picture. Here in Pahrump right now, we can get up to 23 digital off-air channels. Now, not everybody gets 23. It depends on your location, obstructions between the antenna and the satellite dish. There are some things that can make it so that you only get part of that. My house, I get 13 out of the 23. So there's 10 channels at my house that I'm not getting because of obstruction issues to the broadcast tower.
This is completely free once you hook up?
It is. There's no monthly charge, so after you've paid out the initial money for the equipment and the labor, it's just money you get to save going on from there. It's money that many of the Pahrump citizens on fixed incomes can better use for other purposes, or maybe a night out. They're saving on their cable bill. And if you still have the analog system, you're missing some valuable content. There's only a few analog channels that are on there, about 8 compared to 23 digital. And the analog channels aren't that good. They're snowy, double images. They've got some picture problems, where the digital, again, DVD quality, anywhere from DVD quality to high definition Blu-ray quality pictures. fantastic programming, fantastic content.
Because right here at Channel 46, we have 4 different channels. So if you're on analog, you're only getting one of those 4.
Yeah, and that's correct. And there's some great programming that people are missing out on the 3 other channels, including some local news that's not available on Channel 41, but it is available on 46.2, 46.3, and 46.4. That you're absolutely right. You're missing out on it. Something you need to happen. And what's more is eventually they're going to have to kill the 42 signal. It costs money for the broadcast. It costs money for power. It costs maintenance time to keep that signal up. Just doesn't make it doesn't make any monetary sense to duplicate 2 channels. So I really, really encourage people to, if they're still analog, get transferred to digital. 41 is going away. Get on 46.1, 0.2, 0.3, and 0.4.
And we'll have more on the story on tomorrow night's newscast.
During a recent meeting, County Commissioner Lorinda Wickman spoke about an article in a local newspaper that she said misquoted her.
In May 31st Mirror, there was an article in there. It says, county moves to have federal lands returned. That was wrong. I understand how the leap was made in my conversations from Lorinda wants to work on a land bill, and can I have the approval of the commissioners to do that? But I also, during the same meeting, I also informed the commissioners about what was taking place in other states to take all of the federal lands back and put them in state hands. Somehow or another, that got pushed in together, because it says in here that the stars have lined up, and that Commissioner Wickman is in the hope of returning all federal lands to the state. No, I'm not. I am not. I just want to make that perfectly clear. The land bill is for some specific items that we need around the communities in this county, like around the airport here in Pahrump. We need land around the airport in order to expand the use of that airport. There are a few places in other communities where we need some expansion land. There are cemeteries that are on federal and managed lands that we need to take control of so that we can do the work that needs to be done there. So there are specific items that I would like to pull back into Nye County. Whether the state and federal lands, whether the federal lands all come back to the state or not, to tell you the truth, I don't care as long as they're managed properly. I don't care where the stuff lies. I just wanted to make sure that everyone understands. I did not say that we need to take back all of the federal lands. Thank you.
And we'll have much more local news when we come back from this break. Don't go anywhere.